Hello and welcome to Canada Immigration Matters, the channel where we share the latest news and tips on Canadian immigration. Today, the principal consultant of Chugo Immigration Services has some exciting news for healthcare professionals who want to immigrate to Canada. The third draw in a row. In this video, we will discuss the latest express entry draw specifically for healthcare applicants already in the express entry pool. This is very exciting as the Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada, IRCC, has held its third express entry draw of the week on October 25, 2023. IRCC issued 3,600 invitations to apply for permanent residence in a category-based selection draw for healthcare occupations. Candidates required a minimum CRS score of 431 to be considered. This draw follows two others that were conducted this week. The first was a Provincial Nominee Program-only draw on October 24th. IRCC invited 1,548 candidates with a minimum CRS of 776 to apply. The second draw was on October 25th and invited 300 candidates in a category-based selection draw for those who demonstrate French-speaking proficiency. They needed a minimum CRS score of 486 to be considered. What does this mean for you? If you are a healthcare professional who meets the eligibility criteria for one of the three immigration programs under express entry, you may have a chance to receive an ITA in the next draw. Some of the eligible healthcare occupations include nurses, physicians, pharmacists, dentists, physiotherapists, and more. You can find the full list of eligible occupations on the IRCC website. There is also some good news for express entry candidates who need to complete a medical exam. As of October 1st, this year, express entry candidates are no longer required to get an upfront immigrant medical examination, IME, before submitting their permanent resident application to IRCC. An exam is still a requirement, but candidates may submit a blank document in the upload field of the Express Entry Profile Builder. IRCC will send further instructions regarding your medical exam later. Those who already completed an IME as part of a different IRCC application or are already living in Canada do not need to complete a second IME. What is Express Entry? If you don't already know, the Canadian Express Entry is an application management system that oversees the Federal Skilled Worker Program, the Canadian Experience Class, and the Federal Skilled Trades Program. Candidates in these programs are evaluated using the Comprehensive Ranking System, CRS. The system ranks candidates based on their human capital attributes such as age, language ability, work experience, occupation, and education. Each attribute is assigned a score, and when combined, all scores are totaled up to a possible maximum of 1,200. Candidates rarely score this high, and most minimum CRS cutoff scores range between 350 to 550, sometimes higher, depending on the type of draw. The candidates with the highest scores are the most likely to receive an ITA to apply to IRCC for permanent resident status. If you want to learn more about express entry and how to improve your CRS score, please check out our other videos on this channel. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any future updates. What is category-based selection? Earlier this year, IRCC introduced draw categories in which the CRS score is not the biggest deciding factor in issuing ITAs. A new law, passed in June 2022, gives the Immigration Minister the authority to invite candidates who meet an economic need in Canada or help to promote the French language outside of the province of Quebec. Accordingly, last May, IRCC announced 6 new draw categories for express entry candidates who had either strong French abilities or work experience in healthcare, STEM professions, trades, transport, agriculture, and agri-food. So far, Canada has invited candidates through category-based selection draws 10 times since June of 2023, totaling over 10,000 ITAs. All candidates were already in the express entry pool. You better get into the pool, my good people. Do it now. What do you require to apply for the express entry? To apply for the express entry program, you must meet the eligibility criteria for one of the 3 immigration programs: Federal Skilled Worker Program, Federal Skilled Trades Program, or Canadian Experience Class. The eligibility criteria include your skills and ability to contribute to Canada's economy. You must also provide documents such as language test results, education assessments, job offers, police certificates, medical exams, and proof of funds. For the Federal Skilled Worker Program, you must meet the minimum requirements for skilled work experience, language ability, and education. If you meet all the minimum requirements, your application will be assessed based on additional selection factors. If you are eligible for one of the above programs, you can also apply through express entry for the Provincial Nominee Program. If you are nominated, you will get extra points so that you can be invited to apply quickly. What is the importance of language proficiency tests like the IELTS or TEF in the Canada Express Entry System to apply for a Canadian permanent residence? Language proficiency tests such as IELTS or TEF are mandatory for the Canada Express Entry System. The tests are used to assess your language skills in English or French, which are the 2 official languages of Canada. You must take a language test before completing an express entry profile to show that your language skills meet the minimum requirements in each of these 4 categories: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. The test results are assessed against the Canadian Language Benchmark, CLB, for English and the Niveau de Compétence Linguistique Canadiens, NCLC, for French. The CLB and NCLC are used to measure your language proficiency level in each of the 4 categories. Your language proficiency test results are used to calculate your Comprehensive Ranking System, CRS, score. The CRS score is used to rank you against other candidates in the express entry pool. A higher CRS score increases your chances of being invited to apply for permanent residence. In summary, taking a language proficiency test is crucial for the Canada Express Entry System as it is used to assess your language skills, which are an important factor in determining your eligibility for permanent residence in Canada. So, if you are thinking of applying to immigrate to Canada to work, I will advise you to make extra efforts to prepare and pass the language proficiency test and score as high as possible. Although the benchmark CRS draws are getting lower, the competition is still very high from other applicants from all over the world. If you want to learn more about express entry and how to improve your CRS score, please watch our other videos. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any future updates. If you require assistance in your application to Canada through other pathways, reach out to Chugo Immigration Services and book a professional consultation. Thank you for watching and see you next time.